out, but catch his response. His response is, watch this. But he went on asking, looking around to see who had done it. And the woman, knowing what had happened, knowing she was the one, stepped up in fear, trembling, knelt before him and gave him the whole story. She told him the whole thing about what he had been going through. So Jesus knew who it was, but he needed her to step forward. It wasn't for him. Who was it for?
The people, the crowd.
It was for the crowd, and it was for her in the crowd. Because she needed to confess and say, this is what I was going through. And her testimony is what helped the people in the crowd. Y'all,
that's what got to Jerry. She gave her testimony. Jerry heard the testimony.
That's where his faith came in.
That's it. So Jesus could have left it alone and said, you know what, you right. Some people, everybody touching me. But Jesus said, no, somebody touched me. And he knew that once this sister told the testimony, that it was going to shift Jairus' belief from just his faith to believing that Jesus could do exactly what needed to be done. Because you know what, Jairus, when he got that word, he could have said, you know what, Jesus, I appreciate you coming this far, but I'm finna go home and make preparations for my baby's funeral. But because of what had just happened, because let me tell you this, when the testimony has just been given, and you heard what God has done for somebody else, that's when your mind is, you know what? If he can do it for them, I know he can show enough do it for me. And so when Jairus heard that testimony, he said, you know what? I believe that he can do it for me. She said that she been going through this for 12 years. Guess what? My baby 12 years old. And you know what? And she's a she, and she's a she. And you think about it. And when you, and we can look at it personally. When we think about it, when we hear the testimony of the saints, of how God made a way for them, how God opened the door for them, that encourages you. And when that storm comes up against you, sometimes you hear a testimony, I'm going to say at 1 minute, and then the next minute you going through what that person gone through. It wasn't coincidence that testimony was given. It was God letting you know, baby, you're getting ready to go through this, but I'm letting you know that you're going to make it through it. I'm letting you know everything's going to be all right. So while you're going through that test and the trial, understand that if you believe, you're going to come out and everything, and I'm going to show you my power. I'm going to show you my might. So when we look at this text, y'all, I'm getting excited. So I got to